So anyway, I'm in Manhattan Center. My man's from her 42nd, whatever. And my mom's was like, yo, I was spoiled. And Suzuki's was only 10 grand. So I was like 15, and I'm like, yo, Mom, can you buy me a car? And she's like, I'm not buying you a Suzuki. You can't have a license. And me, I'm like, all right. So now I got kicked out of Dwight. I'm in a black school, and I'm seeing crack, and I'm like, all right, I go to 142nd Street. And, you know, these were the first guys that hit me with work.
Right.
So Lou used to come around and hit us with the work.
What was the split?
I think we might even get $1 a bottle.
$1 a bottle.
Yeah. If off a $5 bottle, back then it might have been fives. It went to trays, it went to 2 for $5. But I think at that point we were at nickels. And so Lou used to come around. And if you really want to know, to really get into it, because, you know, Lou, the crew was called the Lynch Mob. But, you know, I was from that block, but I wasn't really a part of it because they was wild. And so Leon used to work. He had a UPS job, and they can tell you more about it. But he had a golf, you know, he was dressed just enough. But he was that kid that might have been in like school and played spades, but knew everybody. You know, he wasn't known to be tough.
Right.
So he quit one day.
This is Leon you talking about?
Yeah. Charlie Clips pop.
Yeah. Okay.
And he comes to me, and he's like, yo, I got 1,500, we could go half one, like an eighth or whatever. I'm like, hell no, you never hustle. Yeah, I ain't doing that. But then he got cool with Lou, and then the next thing everybody was down with him, and then it turned into the Lynch Mob. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, but we always had a relationship from before the Lynch Mob, so we were always friends and could talk. You know, I never saw that side of him like that. You know what I mean? Or even like I was lucky enough to be friends with the people that most people were like really scared of, but I think they just respected me because I was honest. And you could ask them why, because I asked them why. I'd be like, why the fuck did y'all even fuck with me like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like to this day, I still be like, you know, because when you get older, you understand what that was.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I had a whole crew called The Best Out.
Certainly.
Yeah. But no, well, The Best Out. There's no flavor on that, but that was like, but we were all a bunch of the younger guys and from different blocks that had like, if I'm for a second, I'm cool with the Lynch Mob, so you ain't gonna fuck with me. You know what I mean? And you know, so on and so forth. But we were more about like, you know, having fun and playing games. But we all had T-shirts. These dudes, because they want, you know, we would be snapping about girls and all that shit. They had a T-shirt called the Lynch Mob. What is getting hung on it? So I was like, yo, how y'all niggas got uniforms for what y'all, you know what I mean? But it was a fun time, you know, and, you know, we used to snap, play ball. It was just like, it was funny how much fun we had in such an environment, you know, but what got us through it was this kind of a code of honor. So the thing that, regardless to what, and you know, again, like I can't advocate nothing, I wasn't there. But what I know about Lou is he's always been honorable. Like he always played the game by the rules. He did his time, he ain't tell nobody. It wasn't never nobody outside of the game.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And all I knew of him as being just a loyal brother. You know what I mean? So like when he got in trouble, it was just like I was already so far removed from it. It was just like whatever happened, let's let me know.
Right.
And it took a while to get to me. And honestly, because of what Irv was going through, I was like, yo, don't just keep it low. Like I did it unanimous. What do you call that?
Anonymously.
Anonymously. You know what I mean? But after he did the time, we could talk about it. But I didn't want them to try to jam me up, so I couldn't help him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
what happened with Homie?
Yeah.
What they did with Homie from Queens.
Yeah, they brought everything back.
So for me, going through all of that, this is why I've always been so happy. I'm free. I survived that shit. You know what I mean? Like even the honorable guys got to do 30 years, bro.
Right.
But he still did that time. So and then you got to think about something. We never lost connections with each other. You know what I mean? Even though I ain't seen him for 25 years, you know, him and I, either way, there's a lot of honorable people in my world. So I kind of still live by those old rules because I left the street when it was those old rules.
Right.
So you gotta remember, I left before gangbanging. There wasn't none of that when I was outside that I knew of.
Now.
But either way, like I don't judge the present. I just can talk about where I'm at.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because survival is different for every generation.
Right. It is.
You know, like for me, like back when we was coming up, it was about getting money and only getting money, and the rough stuff only came when it was fucking with the money. And you didn't want, you know,
it's about keeping secrets too. Keep your mouth closed.
I mean, you got to stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But having honor was everything. You know, and it looks really cool.
Right.
You know, like look what it looks like. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, he never folded.
Why you say it's mud now?
Come on, Hoff. Ray Charles.
Niggas is snitching, bro. It's normal.
Ray Charles, see how these niggas ratting? When we was out, they wasn't giving out deals like that. You had to hold yours. You go telling the police, they be like, nigga, you still going to jail. We don't give a fuck.
Right.
Now, ever since that Nicky Barnes shit, the niggas start giving niggas deal.
Right.
But you gotta remember.
But that
hold on,
Nicky Barnes shit started back then.
But stop though.
No,
But stop.
that's when the snitching
But hold
shit
on. But
started.
also,
Right.
who's in our circle? Jazz.
Yeah.
The only one Nicky Barnes didn't, and you know, God bless Jazz.
But I like
You
to
feel
say
me?
one thing.
What you
right?
mean, God bless Jeff?
No, he's all right. Actually, I saw Jamal
I like
Joseph.
to
He
say
told me
one
he's all
thing
right.
on that gang thing, right?
Mhm.
You know, me being in the feds when they first started coming in, I had to hold them down because the West Coast was hurting them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they looked at me as the big homie of the big homie. But at the same time, had I caught it at that time, I wouldn't let it fall into what it fell into on the West Coast.
Right.
Because the West Coast started breeding different gang, you know, different
Branches.
branches.
Yeah.
And they got out of, yo, you not my big homie, this my big homie.
Right.
So it's the same thing over here now. You know what I'm saying? And had they had kept it on that 5, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It would have been what it was. But I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna end this gang shit, right? Is that the best structure is the GDs. You know what I'm saying? Because they kept it the same. They Larry Hoover, you know what I'm saying? That's the number one, and everybody pay homage to him. You know what I'm saying? Everything other that just fall under that. The Princes on all that like that. That's how they should have structured it.
Structure.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But what
I
was,
just want to say this. Like 50 Cent,
Uh-huh.
I do not gang bang.
I'm not gang. I do not gang bang.
But
Right.
I don't disrespect nothing that
Yeah.
nobody do.
No, for
I don't judge nobody for nothing.
For
Survivors,
me, it
survivors,
was
but-
weird when this shit started coming in the hood. Like I was walking around pulling up niggas' sleeves, like, yo, what the fuck is y'all niggas doing?
But that's
Like,
all they had to grab a hold
we
on
not
to
from
when we
here.
went to jail, though. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about us riding big cars and getting money no more. It ain't about money no more. So they watching the videos and that's what they grab a hold of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they introduce that, that's what they grab a hold of. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, I grabbed a hold of what was there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody riding around Rolls Royces, even though we ain't got it today. Or at that time, we still rolling business at that time, but at the same time, that's what it was. Money. Like you said, we ain't do things because of, you know what I'm saying, beef with the next block or stepping on the shoes. We did it for money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why you rob Tutu though? Nah, I'm just kidding.
Now it's real. Okay, so this is the mindset. This is the influence that you took into the music game.
That was the courage I took into it. That was the pride.
Right.
That was the you can't play me.
Right.
You know, like y'all was fun. They were funny to me. So it was like, I'm gonna tease you. I don't even have to, you know what I mean? But also at that time, respect is a lot. Even though words and things might seem, you know, frivolous,
Right.
they're symbols of things.
Right.
So there's certain things that I had to like, it would never have been tolerated in the street. Certain kinds of betrayal and lying and,
Right.
the thing about the street is it's a contract that's not written. It's just a code that's unspoken.
You're just supposed to know better.
Yeah, so, like me, no matter what, I'm never gonna dumb myself down. I like that level of honor. I like the respect that comes with it.
Now you said in a recent interview, you
And
said
it's not easy. It's not convenient.
You said doing business versus keeping my integrity. Sometimes I prefer to just keep my integrity.
Not
and
sometimes, all the time.
all the time.
Yeah, because when you're a hustler, you're used to going broke and then getting it back.
Right.
So for me, I'd be like, fuck this block. I could start another one. That's all. I just flip. Freedom is priceless to me. My integrity, my culture's integrity, and what I represent and the people I represent. Making them proud is important to me. Not many things are. But just because these are the people that help me like, again, like you said, I didn't have to pick up a gun. I was able to just be funny, and I was able to, like, I was known that I could fight.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the way you need to surf, you heard.